Okay, so now I'm just going to walk through the phosphorus analysis. I'm not actually going to do it because I don't want to take the time to do the 30-minute persulfate digest and go through all that. But I think the key thing, I mean, the methods are very clearly written. I think the key thing is just to know what everything looks like so you have a search image. So, all right, you're going to start out with just one pond sample. We're not doing a stream sample and we're not doing an unknown. That's right there in part 2. They should be wearing goggles while they do the acid and the persulfate digest. Okay, so you're going to take your pond sample and put 25 mils into the small Erlenmeyer flask using graduated cylinder. Okay, the next step is to add what's called a potassium persulfate sulfate powder pillow to each flask. Okay, so that's what the pillow looks like. Basically, you just open that up, dump it in, and swirl to get it to dissolve. And what this is a colorimeter, so when there's phosphorus in the sample, it will turn it, I believe, blue. And then we're going to measure the intensity of the blueness using the colorimeter. This is the colorimeter that they're actually going to use to plug into the LabQuest, and that's how they get the data for their phosphorus. Okay. All right, so we've added our sample and our persulfate sulfate powder pillow. Then they're going to put on their goggles, which are back here in the sanitizing cabinet right near the door. Okay, so this is where all the goggles are. So they're going to put on their goggles, they're going to put on their latex gloves, or their nitrile gloves, I suppose, take their pond sample back to the hood. Oh, Donna, where are those, yeah, what is it, the H2SO4 and the sodium hydroxide, yeah. So they're going to use these prepared bottles. Let's see. Here's the sulfuric acid. So the first thing they do is they're going to add 2 mils of this. This is the sulfuric acid from Hach. And Donna will have pipettes back here that the students can use to transfer 2 mils out of here into their flask. Okay, then there will be hot plates set out on this counter right here in the back of the room. Right now this is the setup for Roberta's lab tomorrow, but there will be hot plates. So they're going to set up their flasks on the hot plate to boil for 30 minutes. So there should be one student back here with goggles and gloves on, watching this and making sure it doesn't dry out, because as it boils there will be evaporation. So what they need to do is keep adding small amounts of distilled water to keep the volume about 25. So they're just going to eyeball that. They're just going to use a small pipette to keep adding distilled water into these flasks. Okay, after the 30-minute digestion period, they're going to take the flasks off the hot plate and let it cool in the hood. When it's cool enough, they're going to add 2 mils of this guy. So this is sodium hydroxide. Again, Donna will have pipettes here in the hood. So adding 2 mils of that into the flask and swirl. And you should warn them, of course, that both of these solutions are corrosive and they should be wearing gloves and goggles while they work with this. Okay, so then they should check the volume in here again. They should add distilled water to bring it up to 25 if it's not already there. Okay, so that's it. Then this is ready for analysis. Okay, the next step is to prepare the standard. Okay, so they're going to have a second Erlenmeyer flask labeled standard. And what do they do with that? Okay. First thing is to add the pillow. Oh, no, the first thing is to add 25 mils of the phosphorus standard, which I don't think I have out here right now, but Donna will have the phosphorus standard. It's a 10 milligram per liter phosphate standard out. Oh, sorry, that's actually going to be in the hood. Let's go back over the hood. Okay, so they're going to prepare the phosphorus standard in the hood as well. So the first step is to add 25 mils of the phosphorus standard, which will be some small bottle that Donna will have here in the hood. Add 25 mils of that to this flask. Then add the powder pillow. Swirl until the powder is dissolved. And it'll take about 2 minutes for the full reaction to happen, for the blue color to come up. So they should wait for that reaction to happen. Okay, so then they'll come back here. Now they have their pond flask and their standard flask. They have the color reagent added to both, and the colorimeter is plugged in to the LabQuest interface. When they go in to do this, okay, they do need to follow the handout very closely here. So we're on page 7 of the handout. This is number 6. Plug the colorimeter into channel 1. Then they need to follow this bit that I've underlined here. So they need to go to the computer, go to Logger Pro, and they need to go into File, Open, and they'll get the big dialog box, and then they want to scroll down to find a folder called Water Quality with Vernier. And then they should select 07 phosphates. Okay, and then they'll be in the right. Okay, then they'll be able to look at absorbance. Okay, so they're going to use cuvettes again, just like they did with the turbidity. I don't have them out right now, but it'll be very similar to the turbidity. Oh, actually no, sorry. The cuvettes are going to look like this. There are 2 edges that are clear and 2 edges that are ribbed. The clear side should be facing the white reference mark at the top of the cuvette slot. Okay, what does that mean? So I'm going to open this up. Here's the white mark. So the clear side, not the rib side. So, oops, here's the rib side. This is the clear side. So the clear side should be facing that white arrow right there. So it should be clear, not ribbed. And that's what allows the light to pass through at the selected wavelength. So they should have a blank, which is one of these, 3/4 filled with distilled water, sealed. And let's see, okay, then they have to go through a calibration. They should always be handling, unlike me, they should be handling the cuvettes at the top and not getting their grubby little fingerprints all over them, like I did. Okay, and then I'm not going to go through the rest of this. This is just doing the calibration curve on the computer, so it's just following the directions. We can't do this right now because we don't actually have a sample to do the calibration with. But it should be just following the directions. Okay, thank you. That was phosphate.